Interior, Sweet Jazz Museum, night. We're inside Sweet Jazz Museum after hours. Nobody remains. It's dark and quiet. Until a baseball shatters a window. Following the sound is a young boy with a baseball backpack and brown hoodie. Giovanni Potage.
Hello?
No response.
Hello?
Still no response. His face breaks into a smile.
Yeah! Take that, Mom! Nobody's even here! Security guards my foot!
He starts wandering the halls of the museum.
Ain't nobody gonna catch Giovanni Potage! Kinda wish someone could've seen me enter, though. I mean, I broke the glass and everything! Just like a real bad guy!
He wanders into the main lobby.
Now where did I leave that sword again? I'll bet it'd be the perfect weapon for a supervillain!
He keeps walking, totally lost in thought. He doesn't even seem to notice that he isn't alone until he suddenly bumps into Molly Blyndeff.
Ah!
Instinctively, Molly kicks Giovanni, sending him flying across the room and slamming against the wall. So much for not being seen.
Don't got a lot to do today. Kick back, grab snacks, relax, say homework is done, so start having fun and play till the morning sun. Don't run through the blinds, the sunlight is streaming in. You're wild child, now just smile, kick back and grin. Undefeated, all you need is your lexicon. You get to fool and tool around till sunrise. You're just a child and the whole world is your prize. Don't wanna grow up, you don't wanna get hitched. Life is a baseball game and you're up to the pitch. Epithet Switched.
Episode 1! Racket in the museum!
Flashback. Earlier that day,
So then I told her, Linda, you can't just take my stuff without asking. Maybe I needed those anti-lint rollers. What? Of course not. But I could have needed them.
Giomommy, a portly woman with a cigarette in one hand and a phone in the other, gossips eagerly. On the other side of her, Giovanni and his classmates stand around, whispering.
She's distracted. Come on, this part of the museum's boring.
Fred, a curly-haired boy about Giovanni's age, stammers nervously.
But, Gio, the teacher said to wait for the tour guide.
We're never gonna be good bad guys if you think like that.
Another classmate, with short orange hair, pipes up.
Wait, good bad guys? So is that good or bad?
It's good! I mean, bad. Really bad.
A girl with ear piercings adds.
So, we shouldn't sneak off?
No! We want to be bad, Spike. Gosh!
Giovanni!
Giovanni winces as his mother's attention is turned toward him.
You and your friends better not be talking about sneaking off again.
We're not, Mom.
Good.
She goes back to her phone.
Let's get out quick before...
Sorry, children.
Holy! Too late. The classmates yelp in fear as a large, muscular, intimidating man stomps into the room, his face apparently angry. This is Indus Tarbella.
I understand we have little time. Let us be on with the tour.
The children shuffle nervously. Nobody wants to try running off while this guy is around. Giovanni realizes this and groans in displeasure.
Ugh. Oh, good. You're the tour guide. Don't worry, I'll keep my eye on the gremlins. Really? He used how many coupons?
Indus glares down the children. They all stay obediently attentive, except for Giovanni, who rolls his eyes.
Epithets. Rare powers. Some people are born with them. Others are not. Do any of you know what someone is called who does not have an epithet?
Money.
And those who do?
Inscribed.
Correct.
Indus turns his glare away and starts marching down the hall. The children follow.
Each inscribed person is born with a word attached to their very soul, which bestows upon them very unique powers.
Suddenly, he whirls around again.
Who here is one of those few?
Oh, Giovanni, he is inscribed.
Mom! That's top secret bad guy info, I told you!
But you told us.
Shut up, Ben.
Small child, what is your epithet?
I'm not telling you.
Oh, it's soap. Giovanni, what have I told you about respecting your elders?
Soup.
His harsh, thoughtful gaze falls on Giovanni. Giovanni puffs up his chest and tries to stare at him back. After a long, intense moment,
Very well. Are there any others who are inscribed?
from a distance away,
Oh, Sir Indus, I can tell him my epithet.
No, Mera, that's not.
Mera Salamin, a very small woman with blue hair tied back into a ponytail and martial arts tape wrapped around her hands and lower legs, runs up to the group while carrying a large wooden box.
I'll help. My epithet is very entertaining to annoying kids.
Mera?
Oh, yeah? What is your epithet?
My epithet?
She sucks in a deep breath, then smashes the box between her bare hands, releasing all the contents inside.
It's fragile.
Character intro card, Mera Salamin. Epithet, fragile. Weakens any object to the breaking point, including the user. The kids are silent in shock for a moment. Then,
Did you just break a bone?
It's probably just a small fracture. I'm used to it.
Hey, look, guys! Free treasure! Let's get it!
his rallying cry breaks the others out of their stupor.
Yeah!
The children dogpile onto the spilled contents of the box.
Oh, yeah!
Giovanni goes for the treasure too, but his mother grabs him by his hoodie and holds him aloft. She still holds her phone in the other hand.
Yeah, not you.
Mom!
You know how I feel about you in dangerous situations.
Giovanni kicks his legs, trying to escape.
But I want to be a criminal! How am I supposed to be a good bad guy if you never let me do anything, Mom?
Well, your dreams will just have to wait. Sorry, what were you saying?
Giovanni continues to struggle in vain.
Ugh! You're no fun!
Children!
The classmates, being reminded of Indus's presence, pause temporarily in fear.
We outnumber you, you big, fatty. Yeah!
And then go back to screaming.
They do not seem interested in the tour.
I'm sorry, Sir Indus. Hey, brats!
What did you call us?
Do you want to hear a story?
Stories are lame.
I like stories.
Well, this story is about magic.
That gets their attention.
Ooh, like ghosts? Or the power of love?
Wait, Mera, it isn't necessary to—
It's fine, I got this. The story is about a magic necklace called the Arsene Amulet.
Mera!
And I hear it has the power to steal a person's epithet.
She snatches up a pot from the floor to prove her point, and it promptly shatters in her hands. A shard cuts her hand and she squeals in pain.
Ow!
Indus face palms.
Mera, that exhibit isn't public yet.
Sorry, Sir Indus.
Indus sighs, seemingly frustrated.
I'll stick to giving tours. You stick to moving boxes.
Yes, Sir Indus.
She picks up another box and starts running off with it. She doesn't get more than a few steps before it spontaneously breaks apart and spills its contents as well.
More treasure!
Yeah!
The free-for-all resumes. Indus sighs without much emotion.
Hey, goblins! Leave the artifacts alone! Or I'll... break more boxes!
She dives into the pile, trying to stop the chaos and immediately breaking something in the process.
Mera, don't. Is it not your duty to assist in these occurrences?
Yeah, I got it. My boy's right here.
Sorry.
Mera, remove yourself at once.
No, I got it. Ow! No biting!
Yeah? No. He did what?
Mom!
Yeah, not right now, sweetie.
Stay down, weird lady!
You stay down!
Mera, remove yourself. I shall take care of them.
What?
Hey, check out this cool sword. I bet it's super cursed.
Me?
Forget the sword. Check out this mask.
Go!
With a sudden burst of steam at his feet, Giovanni rockets out of his mother's grasp, landing in a cool action pose on the floor. A suave, classical bad guy theme begins to play. Character intro card, Giovanni Potage. Epithet, soup. Makes a mean bisque, literally.
Giovanni! What have I told you about running off like that?
You can't pin me down. I'm a bad guy. I do what I want.
With a battle cry, he starts running off, his steamy, soupy aura blasting behind him and giving him a burst of speed.
Giovanni!
She hacks and coughs, trying to fan away the soupy fog with her hand as she stumbles through it.
Ben, toss me that sword.
Ben grins and throws the cursed sword his way. Giovanni catches it as he runs off into the interior aquarium exhibit day.
Freedom!
But he is suddenly tripped up by a small tower on the floor, causing him to fall and drop the sword, which clatters across the room. From the floor, he looks up to see a blonde teen, Percival King. She looks down in concern.
Oh, dear.
She extends a hand while the tower buzzes with static electricity, as if it's been turned on.
I'm terribly sorry. Are you—
I don't need your help.
He slaps away her hand and gets to his feet.
Well, do you pick a fight with everyone you meet?
Yeah, 'cause I'm...
Giovanni!
Giovanni readies to bolt, but Percy grabs him by the hood.
Your son, ma'am?
She hands him over.
You are grounded.
Wait! At least let me get my sword.
He's dragged off whimpering.
Epithet Switched. Ow!
Epithet Switched.
Attention! The museum will be closing in 5 minutes. Make your way to the exits. Now.
Dude, look. I totally nabbed this cool mask from Spike.
Maybe it'll hide your dumb face.
Hey!
Giomommy walks by, still holding Giovanni by his hood.
Hey, Gio, you coming over to play ball today? Andrew and Spike are.
He's grounded.
They leave.
The museum is now closed. If you are still in the museum, get out!
Time-lapse of the security camera footage. Mera runs about moving ropes and boxes while Indus stays in the center. Then they both retreat out of the room to the back of the museum before Molly and her bonsai blasters enter, followed soon afterward by Giovanni, who is kicked by Molly into the wall. We're back to...
Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry.
She runs across the room and offers a hand to Giovanni.
What's a kid like you doing?
Giovanni spits in her hand. His spit is red and hot.
What the? Ew! Hey, what is that?
She waves it off. He sticks out his tongue, getting up.
How do you like the taste of my epithet, lady?
Molly sniffs her hand, then cautiously licks it.
It tastes pretty good, actually. Is this tomato basil?
Yeah, and I seasoned it no! It's lava or acid. Acid! Yeah!
It tastes like soup. Is your epithet soup?
Giovanni stamps his foot on the floor.
That's top secret!
From the back, one of Molly's blasters pipes up.
Hey, boss, I thought you said nobody else would be here. What gives?
Well, I wasn't exactly anticipating a kid showing up. Why are you here? We had the perfect stealthy entrance and everything.
I broke in, 'cause I'm a bad guy.
Molly kind of smirks and raises an eyebrow.
Oh, is that so? Well, sorry, kid, but so are we. The bonsai blasters don't have time to mess around. Poses, girls.
They dive into an obviously rehearsed movie poster-like action pose. It's pretty impressive. Giovanni's eyes light up in recognition.
You're the bonsai blasters?
In the flesh.
You guys are like the baddest bad guys around. You have to let me join you.
Molly exchanges snickering glances with her minions.
Sorry, kid. This is my first mission as a bonsai captain, and I can't risk letting some little cub ruin it.
But I've got powers! Really cool powers!
Oh, yeah? Well, let me show you something, kid. Summon some of that lava acid again. Try and hit me.
Okay.
A small ball of roiling red liquid forms in the air. He chucks it at her face, but Molly raises her hand and it instantly grows smaller and smaller until only a drop hits her nose.
Huh, pretty impressive, right?
Yeah, boss is the best.
Giovanni shrugs and looks away, trying to act unamused.
It's dumb.
How did he know?
Witchcraft!
Molly slaps her forehead in frustration. She tries to grin.
Girls!
Wait, is it actually dumb? That's your epithet? Dumb?
Molly's grin freezes in place, turned to stone. Character intro card, Molly Blyndeff. Epithet, dumb. Can mute and simplify things, including epithet summons.
Wow, and I thought people wouldn't take soup seriously.
You dare undermine the bonsai blasters? What kind of a hotshot do you think you are?
A really hot one.
He tries striking a pose of his own.
See? Now you have to let me join you.
Fat chance, kid.
You're nowhere near our level.
But...
Sorry, but they're right. It's way too dangerous for a cub like you to be wandering around during a robbery. Teleport's behind you.
Ah!
She grabs him by his baseball backpack and holds him aloft, like a turtle being held by its shell.
Well, this is new.
He tries getting out of it by punching and kicking, since all his limbs are free, but still to no avail.
You're lucky I don't hurt cubs. Girls, handcuffs, please.
What?
Glasses nervously runs up and hands her a pair of legitimate police handcuffs. She slaps one on Giovanni's wrist and the other to the leg of a nearby receptionist's desk.
That should keep you out of trouble.
How'd you get legitimate police handcuffs?
Stole them, obviously. Come on, girls.
They all start walking away.
Actually, hold up. Should probably make sure this guy doesn't have any little friends coming after him. Deathcap, Skullkid, glasses. You stay here and guard this boy.
Aw, but boss...
Are you questioning my authority?
No, Mama Bear!
Good. Urchin, Lambchop, Stink, you're with me.
She looks down at Giovanni, her glare dark and threatening.
You stay here. Be good.
Molly nods to her three minions and casts a silence bubble around them. They sneak out of the room and into the back, totally silent, with awesome ninja moves.
Aw, man, I can't believe we don't get to steal anything.
It's okay, man. I'd never be able to stand up to the boss either.
Deathcap nods silently in agreement while Skullkid supportively pats Glasses' shoulder.
I'm never gonna be as scary as her.
Mama Bear says great villainy takes practice. You'll get there.
Giovanni watches in disgust as he tries to tug off the handcuff with no success.
Ugh, this is worse than being grounded. Who do they think they are, anyway, telling me I'm not a good villain?
He trails off, distracted by Mera, who walks in from the sideline. She raises her eyebrows at him, then at the blasters, then back at him.
Psst, tour guide lady!
She tiptoes over nervously. It doesn't look like the bonsai blasters have noticed her yet.
Kid, what are you doing here?
I should ask you.
Sir Indus and I are the only security guards here tonight, so I was instructed to make sure no one else was here. Then I looked on the security camera feed and saw those weird yellow people were here, and now you're here, and there's so many people here! Shh.
They'll hear you. See those guys? They're bad guys.
Bad guys?
Yeah, you gotta help me get out of these handcuffs.
No problem. Wait, are those legitimate police handcuffs? How'd they get those?
No time, just break them.
Mera grabs the cuff around Giovanni's wrist with both hands. It instantly cracks, and with a firm tug, shatters apart. drawing the attention of the bonsai blasters.
Who are you?
I'm Mera Salamin, and I, challenge you to an honorable duel!
Ha! We accept your duel, unreasonably strong, tiny stranger.
They both run at Mera, but she easily grabs a hold of Glasses, swinging him around and knocking him into Skullkid, sending them both flying. They land with a sickening crunch.
Ow. Ow, 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 ow.
Deathcap falls to the ground in shock. She puts a hand to her forehead, then starts making elaborate gestures in the air.
Is she mourning?
I think she's insulting you.
Deathcap glares at both of them and holds up her hands, which are censored.
Oh, yeah. That's an insult.
I'll take care of her. Hey, you! How'd you like a knuckle sandwich? It comes with a side of a mushroom soup! Yeah!
With a raised fist, he summons a ball of boiling soup in his hands and starts running at her.
Kid, no!
But Deathcap summons a cloud of green and purple fog that he has to leap out of the way to dodge. His soup falls to the ground with a splat stained by the fog.
Lesson I learned from Sir Indus. Don't mess with the quiet ones.
Back up from their temporary daze, Skullkid and Glasses grab a hold of the fallen Giovanni.
And now we have a hostage. How would you like that, Missy?
Ugh, a hostage.
Let me go! I've been picked up like 5 times today!
Maybe if you learned to pick your battles more carefully, that wouldn't happen.
Kid, listen to them. You should have run while you had the chance.
Never, cause my name is Giovanni Potage, and I'm gonna be the biggest bad guy there ever was.
What, with an epithet like Bisque?
Actually, I think that was his title card. I'm pretty sure his epithet was something lame.
My epithet's not lame. It's super!
With a built-up blast of soupy steam, he rockets out of their grip and into the air, leaving them coughing in the smog behind him. Mera sees the opportunity and runs in, striking them both back down while they can't see. Deathcap runs in their direction, preparing to blast Mera with her poisonous fog.
Not so fast.
But Giovanni lands on her head, knocking her down.
Did you just knock her out?
She's a mushroom. Everyone knows that's how you beat mushrooms.
Wow. That was something.
I know. I'm the best. Now, come on, we gotta find the leader. If she sees I beat her other minions, she'll have to let me join.
Wait, what? Leader? Other minions?
Yeah, they ran off further back into the museum.
Sir Indus! He's busy right now. He shouldn't be bothered.
They both sprint off down the hall the same way Molly and her minions left.
Epithet Switched.
Epithet Switched.
Molly and her blasters shuffle silently into the room. She waves them each forward one by one, so each time Indus turns his back to them, another takes their position surrounding him. He appears to be engrossed in smashing boxes, then kicking around the contents gently with his foot.
Not it. Not it either.
Molly nods. All at once, Lambchop, Urchin, and Stink rush at Indus with various weapons drawn. Indus whirls around, and suddenly the girls are knocked back by an invisible force.
Dang it! How'd you possibly hear us coming?
I didn't.
Ugh. Girls, new plan. Take aim.
They level their pea shooters at him.
You think range will make a difference?
Worth a shot.
No!
But Mera tackles the bonsai blasters from the side, knocking all three of them down with an oof and landing on top.
What, Mera?
Sir Indus is busy, and I won't let you distract his search, even if it means breaking my arms, which I'm pretty sure I just did. Ow!
Ha! That was almost as good as me beating up those minions in the other room.
What? Kid, what the heck?
I beat them. And that means I'm stronger than them. And that means you have to let me join. That's the rules.
No, I mean, you look really beat up. almost as bad as her.
It's fine. I'm used to it.
Oh, don't worry about me. I still have my super secret ancient potion. I can't make them too often because I'm so small, but...
He summons a flask filled with a healthy soup made from his own sweat.
There. It sounds gross, but it tastes great. Down the hatch.
He cheerfully drinks the potion and is restored to full health. Indus stares at him.
Huh. Your soup has healing powers?
Mera, grab him.
Yes, Sir Indus.
Wait, what? Ah! This is like the 6th time today!
Molly starts tiptoeing out of the room while the others seem distracted, but she's blocked by a barrier.
Not so fast, thieves.
Darn it.
Mera, scattergun.
As you wish, Sir Indus.
Mera lifts her hand. The barrier in front of Molly begins to crack and shake, and suddenly, jagged shards of it break apart and fly at Molly, knocking her onto the pile of fallen blasters and dealing them all heavy damage.
No, my girls!
Now save yourself the trouble and pass out. We can't lose any more time robbing this museum.
Huh?
In dead of midnight, someone's creeping down the hall. But you'll never hear them with all the ears upon the walls. They won't trigger an alarm, no, they'll never come to harm, because their leader is the greatest and the best team mom. They're great at crime.
We love to sneak around.
Yeah, they're great at crime.
They never make a sound.
The boys in blue are coming through. They won't even notice you. You slip and slide and slither, know our spirits never wither. You won't see us dither, cause we know we're great at crime. Blackmail and extortion, they stick quiet cause we force them. No, we never ever horse around, we're great at crime.